Hi, my dear students. Today, I'll be discussing important questions IIT mains from the chapter sequence and series on the platform of Meso Study. And before I start with the questions, I want to tell you the important highlights of this chapter. And what are the important highlights? In the January shift of 2019 main exams, 5 papers out of 6 papers had 2 questions from this particular chapter. Can you imagine, my dear students, that you had the weightage of 8 marks? You have the weightage of 8 marks from this chapter, whereas from other chapters, the weightage of almost 4 marks, or no such chapter would have the weightage of 8 marks despite the chapters in calculus, right? So this makes this chapter very, very, very important for you all. So once you need to have command on this, what are you gonna focus on? If I talk about past 10-year papers, from the past 10 years paper, I had seen the question based on series comes, the question based on AP, GP, HP in combination with each other comes, question based on AM and GM comes, and question exclusively from AP or GP or HP, and sometimes as a mixture of concept, maybe like matrices, like in 2019 mains exam, this AP was mixed with matrices. So if you would see, you would know that what kind of question I'm talking about. So these were the important highlights of this chapter, which makes this chapter very, very, very important for you to command on. So let's get started with the questions. Talking about the question, we have the first question is an extremely easy question. If ABCD is equals to 1, where ABCD are positive reals, then the minimum value of A square plus this expression. Now when I have a look at this, when you look at this expression, generally what students do is try to make it A plus B plus C plus D whole square, which is a completely wrong thing to do. If you take 10 seconds and think about this question, first of all, you think about this question, take 10 seconds and I'll wait for you. I hope you've pondered over this question. Now, I'm sure the first thing that would come to your mind is to make A plus B plus C plus D whole square, which is not the right thing to do. And if you are doing what I am doing, then kudos to you. Alright, so as you can see that ABCD is equal to 1, and how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there is another term, there was another term. There's a combination of AB, AC and AD. I forgot to write AD. So how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 terms are there. So if I take all these 10 terms and take the arithmetic mean of these 10 terms, what will I have? So arithmetic mean of these terms will be divided by 10, because what is AM? Sum of the numbers divided by number of the numbers. So these are 10 numbers, so divide by 10. And we know this result that AM is greater than equal to GM. Using this result, I will have GM. What will be the GM of this number? Taking the 10th root of all the given numbers. So let's take the 10th root. So A squared into B squared into C squared into D squared into AB, AC, BC, BD, CD and AD. Okay, now what will I have? Taking the 10th root of A, even what we don't need this otherwise, A5, but I'm still solving it like that, B5, C5 and D5. And which makes me gives me ABCD whole power 5 by 10, that is 1 by 2. But I know what the value of ABCD is, 1. So this would be greater than equal to 1. This AM is greater than GM. AM is this, and GM we found out is this, and AM is greater than GM. So I found out that this expression is greater than equal to 1. But I just need to find out the minimum value of this particular expression. How do I know that you have to apply the concept of AM, GM? Whenever they speak of minimum, maximum value, you should make sure that you apply this inequality, because this inequality may give you the minimum. If here AM is greater than equal to GM, so GM will give you the minimum value. Once it was the maximum value, AM would have given you the maximum value. So always apply the inequality once they talk about the minimum and the maximum value. So this entire thing divided by 10, shift 10 that sides, give you greater than equal to 10, and this is 1, so this turns out to be 1, so 10 into 1 is 10. So the answer to this particular question is nothing but option number B. Okay, now first of all, I want to explain you one more thing. Why have they written where A, B, C, D are positive reals? Because we cannot apply the inequality unless and until we are sure of the fact that all the numbers are positive. The inequality AM greater than equal to GM is only applicable for the positive number. Please make sure that you note this important points, that this is applicable for positive numbers only. Firstly. Secondly, I could have done this question orally only. These are 10 terms. So answer would be 10. How? Because once I solve this, I will write this plus all the numbers, sum of all the numbers divided by 10 greater than equal to, when I'll multiply this, I will know it will give me A, B, C, D raised to the power something, and which is 1. Okay. So my answer clearly is 10 in this case. So I can orally also do such kind of question. This was not at all required, but since I wanted to make you understand, I had to do this. Coming to question number 2. Question number 2 is the question of series. As I told you, series are very, very important. This is the question in which this is written and n is equals to this. You are supposed to find out the value of x and n. So first of all, let's simplify this series. As you can see, these are odd numbers. So if I apply and they are in AP. So if I apply n by 2, 2a, that's 2, plus n minus 1, d is also 2. In the similar way, in the denominator, it would be n by 2 because it's clearly written up to n terms. Here the first term is 4, so 8 plus n minus 1, d is 3 is equals to 20 upon 7 log of x base 10. Okay. Now if I solve it more even further, this n by 2 gets cancelled. Over here 2 will get cancelled, so I will be left with only 2n in the numerator. 2n minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled, and over here I will have 3n, and 8 minus 3 would be 5. So 3n plus 5. Okay. So now once I solve it, I will have 2n upon 3n plus 5 is equal to what? If you see, 2n upon 3n plus 5 is equal to 20 upon 7 log x base 10. So once I cancel this is 10. So I will have n into log of 7n into log of x base 10 is equals to 30n plus 50. Now this is a problematic thing. What is this? I have also been given that n is equals to log x base 10 plus log x plus so on till, if you see, it's so on till infinity. Alright, now n would be equal to, applying the property of log a plus log b plus log c is log of a, b, c. So let's just multiply whenever the bases are same, so we can multiply them all together till infinity. It's going till infinity. So I will have n is equals to, now if you carefully see, this would become a gp in the power of x till infinity. Now I can also find out, so if I apply this gp, now I want to make you understand one thing, or want to give you a knowledge. A question like this have been straight away asked in January shift of 2019. Straight this question, forget log. A question like this has been straight away asked in the January shift. Such a simple question and free 4 marks for you all. Can you imagine the level of they are so easy. Okay, so it would be, let's apply the formula of gp, a upon 1 minus r, because it's an infinite gp. 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2 gives me n log of x. This will be half, it will go in the numerator, that will become 2. So it will be n is equals to 2 log x. So I'll put the value of n in the original equation which I had solved. So let's put n. So I will have 7n log x base 10 is equals to, let's put the value of n, let's put the value of n. It would be 7 into 2 log x base 10, because the value of n is 2 log x base 10, into log x base 10 will give me log x whole square is equals to 30n. 30 and n would be 2 into log x base 10 plus 50. Alright, so this would be 14 log of x base 10 whole squared is equals to 60 log of x base 10 plus 50, right? So once I try to simplify it, let's divide by 2 and take log x base 10. Let's take log x base 10 is equals to t. It will be a quadratic in it, and let's divide by 2. So it will be 7t square is equals to 30t plus 25. Alright, is it okay? On solving, I'll have 7t square minus 30t minus 25 equals to 0. So the factors of 7 and 25, that will make it 30. It would be 35 into 5. So 7t square minus 35t plus 5t minus 25 equals to 0 gives me 70 into t minus 5 plus 5 into t minus 5 gives me 70 plus 5 into t minus 5 is equals to 0, which gives me t is equals to 5 and t is equals to minus 5 by 7. But what was t equal to? I got two values of t, but what was my t equal to? My t was equal to, as I substituted t to be log x base 10, I will have, and the value of t is coming out to be 5, I will have log of x base 10 is equals to 5. So x gives me 10 power 5. I am not looking for t equal to minus 5 by 7 because it's not in the option. If you see, your options are that like the power of 10 only. 10 power 5, 10 power 6, 10. So I found out that x is equals to 10 power 5. Since there is only one option in which x is equals to 10 power 5, so n would certainly come out to be 5. But we will see, so this is my correct option. But we will see, because there is this option of none of these also. So we will also have to check for n equal to 5. So since I found out that log of x base 10 is 5 and n is equals to 2 log x, so none of this is the answer. And log of x base 10 is nothing but 5, so 2 into 5, that gives me n is equal to 10. But over here n is given to be 5, so this is not the correct option, whereas the value of n is equal to 10. So the answer is not option A. Answer is option D. So please, my dear students, be very, very careful. Please don't be in haste and do the question wrong. You have to be very, very careful. Sometimes the student would say x is equals to 10 by 5, 10 power 5 we've got, so n would be certainly 5, and the student would take this option, whereas this option is not the correct option, because once on checking the value of n was equal to log of x whole squared. So that is 2 log x. So log x is coming out to be 5. So therefore n is 10. Alright. So therefore the answer to this one is not first option, but it is the option number D. Alright. I hope you've understood this question. It was a simple question that used the properties of log and a bit of sequence and series. Alright. Coming to the next question, question number 3. Now this question have been asked in mains 2014, and again an interesting question. Why? I'll tell you shortly. So let's first of all write down the solution. I am given that S is equals to 10 power 9, 2 into 11 power 1, 10 power 8 plus 3, 11 squared, 10 power 7 plus so on, 10 into 11 power 9. Let's say assume it's S. Now if you carefully see the behavior, the powers of 10 are decreasing while the powers of 11 are increasing. Alright. Now it's the way to solve this would be, I will multiply this S by, now let's first of all write S nicely, 10 power 9 in a straight line, because this was not written really nicely. Plus so on, 10 into 11 power 9. Now if I multiply this by s into 11 by 10, what will happen? If I multiply the entire thing by 11 by 10 and start from here. So if I multiply this by 11 and divide by 10, I will have 10 power 8 and 11, because that will make my series, which is an AGP, into a simple GP. Let's see how. Now if I multiply this by 11 and divide by 10, I will have this as 10 power 8 into 11, because I was making sure that this term should have the power of this term, the power, and 11 also. And why, I'll just explain it to you. Now if I multiply this by 11 and divide by 10, it will be 10 power 7. So can you see what's happening? In the similar way, in the end I will have 9 into 11 power 9 plus the last term would be, now if I divide by 10, this would be 11 power 10. Okay, now let's subtract these two. If I subtract these two, I will have s minus 11 by 10, s would be minus s by 10. On subtracting, this would be 10 power 9, this will remain as such. This will be 2 times of this, 2 times of a quantity, let's say capital A, minus 1 time of the quantity, that would be A only. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that will be 11, 1, 10, 8. In the similar way, it would be 11 square, 10, 7. In the similar way, it would be so on, 11 power 9 in the last, and this will come with the negative sign. Understood? Till here. Now, what next? If you closely see this, it's a GP in which power of 10 is decreasing while the power of 11 is increasing. So this is a GP. If you divide this by this, you will find out this is a GP with common ratio 11 by 10. So R is 11 by 10 and this is representing a GP, because if you divide this by this, you will find out the ratio is 11 by 10. In the similar way, if you divide this by this, you will find the ratio to be 11 by 10. So this is a GP with a common ratio 11 by 10, and how many terms are there? So it's going from 1 to 9 plus this term, total terms are 10. So n is equals to 10. So let's apply the formula of GP. It's A R n, that is 10 in this case, minus 1 upon R minus 1. Okay, minus 11 by 10, this term will remain as such because it is not coming anywhere in GP. Alright, and since it has a negative sign, otherwise we could have included it. So what do I get? I get 10 power 9, and over here I'll get 1 by 10, which will shift in the numerator. It will give me 10 power 10. 11 power 10 minus 10 power 10 upon 10 power 10. This gets cancelled, minus 11 power 10. So 11 power 10 and 11 power 10 gets cancelled. I'll get my minus s by 10 is equals to 10 power 10, and which is nothing but minus 10 power 10, sorry, because we have a negative sign over here, which is nothing but s is equals to 10 power 11. Now, since my s has come out to be 10 power 11 and I was given that this is equal to, this is s and this is equals to k into 10 power 9. So this is coming out to be 10 power 11, which can be written as 10 power 9 into 10 squared. So clearly the value of k is 10 squared, and hence the option to this one, the correct option to this one is 100, that is 10 squared. Now if you carefully look at this question like this, in which the value of k was to be evaluated, the series like this is from the mains, and the series like this has been again asked in previous January 2019 paper. If you will closely view, you will find out what I'm talking about. So there its k is replaced by n, some 140m was supposed to be find out. Alright, I hope this question is very, very clear. It used AGP as well as the concept of GP in this specific question. Coming to the next question, question number 4. This question is again from mains exam of 2017 or 18, I suppose. Now my reason for choosing this question is that this uses a very important formula which is used in many other questions that have been asked in mains. So this is a very important question for you to do because it uses an important formula which has been already asked in many questions. So this formula is again very important, which will be used. So please stay tuned and give me some energy, give me some likes. If you're liking the video, give me some comments. I'm always looking forward to your comments. Now, for any three positive real numbers a, b, c, this is equal to this, then you're supposed to find out the relationship between a, b and c. Now let's solve this equation first of all. If you multiply, you will have 225a squared plus 9b squared plus 25c squared okay. Now let's shift everything over here. If you carefully look at this question, you would want that this should be converted into some kind of a formula, and many of you would be thinking about a plus b plus c whole squared, which is a wrong thing to do. Here, what am I supposed to do? 75 AC, how do I get 75 AC? This is square of 15a squared, 15a whole square, and this is 3b whole squared, and plus 5c whole squared. So if you carefully look at it, it is, let's combine 15 into A and 5 into C. Do you understand? So 15A square and 5C square is combined, but you could have 215 into 5C. Then it will make a formula. So that 2 is missing somewhere. In the similar way, if you carefully look at this, 15A into 3b, this will be formed. Again, there is 2 is missing. In the similar way, 2 is missing from here as well. So what am I supposed to do? I need to multiply 2 and divide by 2 in order to make it proper expansion. So once I multiply, this will become 150 AC. This will become 90 AB, and this will become 30 BC. Now, what next? And once I multiply this by 2, this by 2, this by 2, let's see what happens. This will be 500 A square, this would be 18B square, and this would be 10C square minus the same, this remains the same. Now if you closely view it, 500 is not a square of any quantity, so I'll break it to 225 because that also suits my option over here. Now, see what happens. Let's combine 225A, that is 15A whole squared, and 3B square. So if I combine 15A square plus 3B square, what do I need to have? I need to have minus 15 3 is 45, 90AB, which I have. So this is used. Plus, again, since I have 225 and 225, so one 225 is used, let's use another. So 15A whole squared plus 5C whole squared minus, I should have 15 into 5, 75 into 2, 150 AC, so which I have. So again, this is used. Now what am I left with? I have completely used these two. These are already consumed. I'm left with 1 3B square and 1 5C square. So let's use that also. So 3B square plus 5C whole squared minus 30BC, and which is fitting in over here also. So what is this? So I've used everything. So what is this? This is nothing but 15A minus 3B whole squared. What is this? This is nothing but 15A minus 5C whole squared, and this is 3B minus 5C whole squared equal to 0. That's given to you. So these are the sum of the squares of three numbers which are equal to 0, and we very well know that the minimum value a square can have is 0. So not in any way that one would be negative and one would be positive, so they'll cancel the effect of each other. That is not possible. So for the sum of the squares of three number to be 0, always remember all the three numbers should be ideally 0. The three of them should be completely equal to 0 in order to make the sum of the squares of three numbers equal to 0. So therefore if I make them 0 individually, I will have 5a equal to b, I will have 3a equal to c. So b is equals to 5a and c is equals to 3a, and I in order, so a, 5a and 3a are my numbers. Now in order to make a relation, that whether it's AP or GP, the relation is very clear. This is the value of A, this is the value of B, this is the value of C. If I add A and B and divide by 2, that is A plus 5A by 2 gives me 3A, which is nothing but C. So I clearly from here I see that A plus B by 2 is equal to C, because 6A upon 2 is 3A, which is nothing but C. So I found out from here that my A plus B by 2 is equals to C, which means that A, C, B are in arithmetic progression ACB, or you can also call it at BCA. Both ways is acceptable. So from here I found out ACB, that means C is supposed to be in the middle. Okay, so I found out that BCA are in AP, and this is the correct option to this particular question. So I hope you really like this question. Alright, now as a quiz, I'm gonna give you a question like this, and I'm really hoping few of my students, my lovely students, would really want to answer it. As a quiz, I would want you, my dear students, to change this x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx, change this to the sum of the squares of three numbers, like I did in this question. I want you to change this into the sum of the squares of three numbers, and I'm really hoping if you have understood the question properly, you'll be able to do so. And what is the advantage of doing this? If you guys are able to do it, I can assure you that there are many questions in the mains that you'll be able to do, and you please do it and tell me in the comment below, and I'll certainly send you some questions from the mains which are related to this one. Alright guys, so on that note, let's start with the next question number 5, and the last question of this session. This question is again from 2018 IIT mains. The question says that it's an extreme, trust me, it's a very easy question. Okay, now my idea of taking this question was to make you aware that what kind of questions are asked. The question in which you are supposed to find out M, K are very common, and they are generally asked, and in which you need to find out, in which way you need to evaluate either AP or GP or HP or whatsoever. So let's get started with this question. You are given that these are in AP such that this is given to you. So first of all, let's evaluate this one. So this is nothing but A1. If I put K to be 0, this is A1 plus A5 plus so on. If I put K equal to 12, I will get A49 is equals to 416. So, and also given that A1, A2, A3 and so on till A49 is in AP. Now, if you carefully look at these numbers, they are taken after A1 is taken, then 4 numbers are not chosen, they are left, and then 5th is taken, then 4 numbers are not chosen, and then 5th is taken. If you want to write this AP, you will write it as A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D. So the 5th number is A plus 4D, and if you see the gap between the first and the 5th number is that of 4D. In the similar way, gap between the 5th and the 9th number would be A plus AD, would be again 4D. So all of them will have the common difference, gap by gap I mean the common difference, all of them will have the common difference of 4D. So therefore, if I want to sum it up, I will sum it in a way. First of all, how many numbers are there? You are starting from K 0, you don't need to count this. You are starting from K equal to 0 till K equal to 12. That means how many numbers are you taking? You are taking from 1 to 12, that 12 plus 0, 13 numbers. So let me apply the formula of sum. It would be 13 by 2, that is n by 2, 2a, a will be same, 13 minus 1, that is 12, into D would be 4D. This D is the D of actual AP, and this is equal to 416. Now if you solve it, you will have 13 into A plus this would be 24D. Now solve, if you divide 13 by this, you will have 3 into 2, 32. So I get one equation that A plus 24D is 32, right? Now solving the other one, I am also given that A9 plus A43 is 66. Let's evaluate. What is A9? A9 is A plus AD. A42 is A plus 42D is equals to 66. So it's, if you simplify it, it would be A plus 25D is equal to 33. Now I have two equations. I can solve the two equation and find out the value of A and D. Let's solve these two equations. On solving, I will have D is equals to 1. You can simply solve, they're very easy. You can straight away subtract. A will get cancelled with A, and 25 minus 24 is D. 33 minus 32 is 1. So D is 1. So if I put D equal to 1 here, I will have my A to be 33 minus 25, that would be 8. So A is 8 and D is 1. Now, since I have A, I have D, what I need to evaluate? I need to evaluate the value of this. Now I have A, I have D, I have everything now. So A1 would be, since A is 1, 1 squared. Sorry, since A is 8, not 1. So A1 would be 8 squared plus, since the common difference is 1, 8 would be 9 squared plus so on. A17 would be, now if you see, this was A1 and you are adding 1 plus 7 making it 8 square. This was A2. You are adding 2 plus 7 and making it 9 squared. So you have to add 7. So once it's 17, 17 plus 7 makes it 24 squared. So you need to evaluate this. Now for this, let me add 1 square plus 2 square till 7 square. And since I'm adding, and let me subtract that too. Alright. Now this is sum of the squares of numbers till 24. And I know the formula, the basic formula of n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, where n is 24. So 24 into 25 into 2n plus 1, that is 49 upon 6, minus again n over here is 7. n plus 1, 2n plus 1. So 2n would be 15 upon 6. Let's evaluate this. This would be 5 and this would be 4. Okay. This would be 6 straight away gives you 4. This would be 4900 and this would be 140. Alright, so if I subtract 4900 and 140, what am I getting? I am getting 6. This would be 8 minus 1, 7, 4760. Okay, so I am getting 4760 as my answer to this series which I was supposed to evaluate. So let's just compare the two. The value of this is 4760. So 4760 is given you to be 140 m. So m should be equal to 476 by 14. 14 3s are 42, 56, 14 4s are 56. N gives you 30. So the value of m that you find out is nothing but 34, which is my option number B. And this was an extremely simple question. We just needed to, there was just one trick, that once there you are taking A1, A5, you have to take the common difference to be 4D. And the questions again were very, very simple. This even a student who's preparing for CBSE, who have prepared CBSE properly, can also do this question. This was so damn easy. So did you see what kind of questions are? Did you have an idea? Have you got the idea on how are the questions being asked and framed in your IIT JEE mains for the chapter sequence and series? They are not difficult. And please, in the important highlights, I also want to mention the 3 golden formulas of sequence series are summation n is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2, summation n squared n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and summation n cube is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2 the whole square. These are the three golden formulas which are certainly used in one or the other question of the sequence and series. So this was my lecture on the important questions of IIT JEE Mains chapter sequence series. This is Megha Gumbar signing off for now. I have 13 years of experience of teaching IIT JEE on the premier institutes, now on this platform of Mizu Study. Looking forward to your support, your likes and comments. Thank you so much.